I've heard this before, similar to your sentiment. In the restaurant business, operations is what'll kill you, right? So, and we're in a world where there's so fewer barriers to entry, right? There's, technology is really making things a lot easier. In some ways, it's making it a little bit harder. But your brand as a business is becoming much more important. And so talk to me a little bit about how you became a restaurant consultant. Like, what made you want to go into that business? And I think you've already highlighted how it's helping you, but like, how do you get surprised by what you learned in the past every single day with the problems you're doing as an entrepreneur now?
Yeah, great question. So this was all really in California. Um, I had I had taken a job with a restaurant group below where I thought I should be at, right? So I came and I was, running a big restaurant and nightclub in New Jersey, but no one really cares in California, right? So, I took a job with a good company, was able to move my way up quickly. I was really underpaid and overworked, was like the reality of it. I was doing a lot for this organization. Didn't feel like I was appreciated. Talked to the ownership several times about my desire to help more and grow more, and it kind of fell on deaf ears. So I decided to leave without having another job, which was unlike me because I'm a little bit risk averse. And fortunately, I've been kind of doing a side hustle the past year while I was in California, and it was a really stupid side hustle, which was I don't know if you know what a secret shopper is or a mystery shopper. So
Yeah, yeah.
basically, so I was doing secret shopping for a really small company, basically like one guy, but all his secret shops were at like pretty high end places. So like I was in La Jolla at like the nicest restaurant, like rooftop bar, and for me, like I got paid $50 and my drinks and food was reimbursed and I felt like the king of the world, right? Because it was just like fun. I enjoyed it. And I really got into the writing and the reports and like detail. And that actually like slingshotted me to the front of the line in helping this company with other big accounts. And all of a sudden I started doing like hotels and resorts. And the gentleman that ran this company really ended up being a mentor for me and helped me start my own consultant business. And he helped me like negotiate my first contract with a client, which was basically to be an interim director of operations for another restaurant group and help them open several units. And things just kind of exploded from there. So definitely having the support of someone who did it before, like finding a mentor. And I can't say I was looking for one; it just like happened.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden I was like, wow, this guy is like super knowledgeable. How do you get to be like that? And then just got involved and like did as much as I could do. Like, all right, cool. Like, hey, I need someone to go to Mexico to do like this resort hotel for a week. Cool, I'm there. I need someone to go to Miami to do this. I need someone to go to Hawaii. So I was traveling and I was working, but having fun while I was working and just soaking up everything I could possibly learn. And that's kind of how it started off.
That's incredible, man. That's the one I'm sitting here thinking, man, I should be a secret shopper. I think that's kind of cool. Yeah. I would imagine it feels like king of the world. Your food and drink is paid for, and you just got to write about it, right?
Yeah, and you get to bring a guest usually too. So like in my single days, it was like a great dating thing. Like, oh hey, do you want to go? Like, so I'm not paying anything out of pocket. Get to hang out. Like, the person you're with thinks it's like a cool thing. So it was a good experience. And again, I just have a love for the business.
Yeah.
And I've done so much operationally. I've been on the floor in restaurants and nightclubs and music venues since I was 18 years old.
Yeah.
So doing that for 10 plus years and then transitioning to director of operations, more of a exec level positions where you're overseeing people. That was really invaluable in understanding like how the financial aspects work and reading P&Ls and like all these different pieces that you don't necessarily understand when you're a floor manager or
Right.
a bar manager or even a general manager sometimes. And I'll say this too, all of that experience, everything, right, written checks, I budgeted ever. Nothing compares to when it's your own money and your own place, right?
Yes,
So
I can
like
imagine.
you think you know everything, but it is a very different story when every dollar is your dollar, and you need to pinch pennies to make it work, to make sure you're making payroll, and the pressure of other people's livelihoods being in your hands. You know,
Yeah.
that's very different from, being a high level operator or manager to actually being the owner of the business. So that was kind of a little bit of an intimidating thing for me too at first to get used to. Was like that kind of felt pressure for me. It was like these people are counting on me. My staff's counting on me because I'm the one that's providing for them and making sure that them and their families are are getting
Right.
fed.